Oh, I look at it, first thing I look at is, were the assignments relevant? Were they fair? I need an assessment of that. I also look to see whether the kinds of requirements of the course, especially term papers, were relevant to them. And it's interesting that over time I've learned to change some of the assignments because students are now working so much more than they did before, that one big project is sometimes more difficult. So I use it to change all sorts of things and revise as I go along.
Yeah, actually, every semester I think I change my syllabus due to the responses that I get from the evaluations. And there's certain aspects that I'm not allowed to change based on departmental rules. We keep certain segments of the course the same. But if it's something that I have the freedom to change and I see that, 80% of students hated doing a certain thing, then I definitely think about it again.
Well, so that we can do a good job for students. Certainly, students change over the years, and knowing what used to work may not work anymore. Also, just to switch it up. And I know that when I read my evaluations, I first read the negatives. And sometimes I learn things that annoy the heck out of students that I had no idea I was even doing. So I like to find out what's negative, what's positive, and I'm often surprised from them.
Actually, they're extremely important to me because they are what spurs my growth and my development as a professor, and it really assists others in the future. I always look to improve my work, analyze my work, and student evaluations are key in that. I also want to always be current in my knowledge and what I'm exposing students to, and evaluations really provide that.
So number one, do it. And number two, give honest feedback. Don't be frustrated with something and then when it comes to that moment in time, just decide that you're not going to take the 2 minutes to write out the comments. The anecdotal comments on course evaluations are incredibly important. So that's my advice. Do them and do them honestly. Criticism is one thing. Good critical feedback is another.
I guess the most effective way is to try to eliminate kind of emotional reactions, something that's non-productive like great class or we should have less homework. Saying something more specific about which kinds of things help with their learning goals or with their personal goals is definitely the most useful.